Welcome to Big Ten Women's Soccer in 10. I'm Dean Linke, along with former All-Big Tenner from Northwestern, Kayla Sharples. Today, we put the spotlight on the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Their 27-year top man, John Walker, and arguably one of my favorite all-time Cornhuskers, running the offense in a three-back system as the center back. He now plays with the North Carolina Courage, talking about Sinclair Miramontez. Welcome, Coach Walker. Welcome, Sinclair.
Thanks for having us, Dean.
Yep, thanks, Dean.
Yeah, John, we're going to start with you. 27 years, that means to me, Nebraska is a pretty special place. Tell us why it's so special, Coach.
Just a place with a great athletic department, tradition, history, super community, very positive community. We moved from Canada there with the young kids at the time, and obviously didn't think to be there 27 years later, but it really is a wonderful place, great department and a community. So it's just, it just made sense.
John, from personal experience, playing Nebraska was not an easy task. Your team is always incredibly fit and very determined. For those who don't know you, can you give us some insight into your innovative coaching philosophy?
Well, I would say, the biggest thing over the years has been the development part. That would be the number one thing. And it's really working from the individual out. So trying to help every player end up being sound technically, fundamentally, develop a good tactical understanding of the game, take ownership in their physical conditioning. And then I think over the years, just trying to keep learning. And so, we don't have the same style of play we did 15, 20 years ago. The game has changed, willing to try different tactics. I've never been afraid to try different things. We've tried years ago playing with 4 forwards and had some success with it. And then we've tried being a full pressing team. We've also worked at being a good low block team. And I think trying to be just as innovative as I can, traveling to Europe, always visiting professional clubs, but still sticking to some core fundamentals on how to play the game and being able to then adjust using different systems and tactical tweaks, but never getting away from kind of some core fundamentals. And I think it's that combination of having principles that you want to stick to that can last over time, but also never standing still and always trying to be as innovative as you can possibly be.
John, as we move to Sinclair Miramontez, I think you'd agree with me, no matter what system you played, if you had 10 or 11 Sinclair Miramontezes on the field, you'd win a lot of games because she can do everything. Sinclair, I was drawn to you, your ability out of a 3-back to run the team and come forward and ping 40-yard balls. I thought your career was outstanding. Talk about your time at Nebraska.
I mean, when I think of Lincoln and my time there, I mean, it's all been great memories. And I'll kind of echo a little bit what John said. I think I saw myself grow so much as a player just because we did stick to some core values and especially honed in on the player development aspect of it. I have a lot of really great memories with John and with all the girls and playing in some games in a very competitive conference that is the Big Ten. And so I think, I mean, Lincoln's always going to hold a special place in my heart, and I'm very grateful that John gave me the opportunity to come to Lincoln, and he trusted me to run a 3-back, which isn't super common in the game. And, he put that trust on me, he put that confidence in me, and I think that really helped develop me into the player that I am and helped me get to where I am today.
Yeah, Sinclair, you had a lot of success at Nebraska, like we've mentioned, but you did suffer an ACL injury in 2018. But in your first game back in 2019, you did score a goal, and which must have felt amazing. How did you motivate yourself through that recovery, and what did you tell yourself heading into that first game back?
I was super disappointed to have to end my junior season short. We were doing great in the conference. We were having one of the best runs that we had in my career there, and so to go down like that was super disappointing. And I knew I wanted to be back on the field for my senior season, and so I think that was my biggest motivating factor, that I was going to do everything I could to not miss a single game, and be back in time, be back to fitness-wise, back to feeling like myself. And like you said, in that first game, I did score a goal, and the emotions from that are just unreal. It's something I look back on, and it's just when in that moment, especially for my position, I don't ever score. And so you go back in and you do something that's not very common, and it's just kind of like the weight of the emotion of, I put in 9 months to get here for this moment. It's unreal and unbelievable.
John, as you think about Sinclair Miramontez, and with all due respect to Kayla Sharples, who's with the Chicago Red Stars, Sinclair now plays for the North Carolina Courage, one of the best women's pro teams in the world. Was there any doubt, based on her tools and the kind of player and person she is, that she could play at the next level?
No, I mean, I could see that from Sinclair at a very, very young age. I remember her coming to camp even probably as like 12 or 13-year-old and seeing the potential. And I think the, you know, you mentioned it, Dean, you talked about passing range, you know, already. I think, you know, the thing with Sinclair that makes her a little bit unique as a defender is that she's certainly a terrific individual defender, understands team defending concepts well, but it really grew into a playmaking center back. And Kayla, as you know, it's hard enough to be a defender and stop people. And then certainly in our program, there was a huge amount of responsibility Sinclair had, not just defensively, but actually attacking wise as well. And, you know, most times people think as playmakers can only be central midfielders. Well, in our program, Sinclair had a huge playmaking responsibility playing as a center back.
And Sinclair, I'm sure that comes from you being a part of a soccer family with two sisters, having played at the collegiate level, one playing in the NWSL. What advice did your sister Sydney give you going into the draft and then also going in and playing in the NWSL?
One of the biggest things that she told me was to just enjoy the moment, enjoy every second of it. This is a unique opportunity that not every person gets to reach to. And, you know, going into it, she was kind of like, you know, if you aren't drafted, it's not the end of the world. You know, if you look at Sydney's, you know, she wasn't drafted. She went into camp as a non-roster invitee and made her way onto a team. And so just having that in my own household was just like inspiring to know that, you know, if I'm not drafted, that doesn't mean it's the end of me trying to go pro or me getting into this league. And she was a great person to lean on throughout the whole process, throughout the entire offseason of how to get myself mentally and physically ready for the league. And but, you know, at the end of the day, she'd also be like, take a second and just enjoy it and enjoy every second that you have to play this sport, because you never know how much longer you get with it. And I'm super thankful to have had Sydney with me throughout it all.
John and Sinclair, you both were beneficiaries of the incredible dedication and giving of Barb Hibner and the Hibner Soccer Stadium that opened in 2015 at the Innovation Campus. Barb was such a strong proponent for women's sports. John and Sinclair, we'll start with you, John, but what a great facility, what a great person.
Yeah, Dr. Hibner, fantastic person, huge backer of our program. She was actually on the original search committee that hired me back in 1994, and very strong personality. I can tell you, she grilled me in the interview, and the reason she did is she just wanted what was best for Nebraska athletics. And over the years, we developed quite a strong relationship. She was a presence at all of our games and sometimes practices. And so I'm so pleased that we have now such an outstanding facility, and we're able to honor the massive contribution that Dr. Hibner made to Nebraska athletics.
Sinclair,
again, congratulations on being drafted and getting signed and being a part of the NWSL Challenge Cup this past season. What has been the biggest adjustment for you going from the collegiate level and now playing into the professional league?
I think the biggest adjustment has just been speed of play. I mean, you experience it once you go from high school to college, how there is a jump in speed of play. There's definitely another level of speed of play that jumps in when you go from college to professional. And so I think that's been the biggest adjustment. But I mean, when you're in practice every single day, especially at a place like North Carolina, there's no better way to get adjusted to it and to get better and grow into the game.
Sinclair, so great to have you with the North Carolina Courage. I can't wait to say, how about Sinclair Miramontez and how about the North Carolina Courage? John Walker, always great to be with you. Nebraska, Big Ten in 10.